Okay.
That's your personal phone?
Well, you're a public servant.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say don't delete that so we can request that.
I won't.
You're making a public record. So when they have a deputy that doesn't learn, they just send them here where nobody will see them. Is the courthouse used as punishment for deputies? Got suspended when he came back from his suspension back here in the courthouse.
No comment, sir.
Are you lying to me? You wouldn't lie to me, right?
Would I lie to you?
Would
No.
you? Hell yeah, you lie to me. Would he lie to me? Yeah, he'd lie to me. He would lie to me.
Okay, now you call me a liar.
So we've come back out to one of the Volusia County courthouses here in DeLand, Florida. Recently, we visited the same courthouse, trying to find out what gets deputies reassigned to the courthouse, deputies who don't request that assignment. You might remember we encountered a deputy who was saying something. I didn't even realize he was talking to me at first. And he was saying something over and over. I'm not sure what it was, or I wasn't at the time sure what it was. But I approached him, and I asked him if he was a deputy assigned to court services. And then I realized he knew who I was. What I had been hearing him say is my name over and over. It was kind of odd, honestly. But I thought he kept saying Pat instead of Matt, until he clarified. I didn't care that he was doing it, but it was a little weird. Are you court services?
Yes, sir.
What's that? I was just asking if you were court services.
Yes, Pat. I am.
What'd you say, Pat?
Matt.
Matt, yeah. You're court services. What's your name?
Brent.
Brent. How'd you end up here? So as you saw in that first encounter, he didn't seem very happy to see me. Had kind of a standoffish demeanor. I have to assume that's because I have a camera and he knows what I do. But I've said it many times. I've got a great relationship with many cops in various departments. Cops reach out to me, they talk to me, they give me information, they ask me to look into different things. And to me, and many people agree, oftentimes the ones that are standoffish or have an issue with a camera or me or what I do, it's kind of telling. There's probably a reason for it. But regardless, it is what it is. And a video published with that clip in it that you just saw. And coincidentally, an odd comment appeared in that video. I had mentioned in the original video that I don't know why he was repeating my name. Was he trying to dox me? He thought I would have an issue if he kept saying my name or something. I don't know. But an odd comment appeared on that very same video. This was coincidentally a comment also trying to dox me. Now, due to some of the things it said, YouTube had pulled that comment and notified me to review it. Sometimes they do this for some comments that I have no idea why they even did it. This one, I could tell. I remember that deputy's name, that court deputy's name, is Brent Jones. Previously, he worked for the Orange City Police Department before he went to the county. Still don't know quite what happened or how he ended up in the court. Hell, maybe he requested to come here because he doesn't, he wants to relax some more. I don't know, but he's here at the court, and he doesn't seem to like me asking why. But this comment that appeared was from a brand new user who had only just created the account under the name Larry. My very first thought was, Larry is probably Brent Jones. We've seen this happen before, and it really is pretty obvious when it does happen. So I wanted to come back to the courthouse today, see if we can find Brent, and let me just call him Larry. Let me refer to him as Larry and see how he reacts. What do you think? How do you think he's going to react when we call him Larry? Remember, his name is Brent. I know if somebody called me Larry because my name isn't Larry, I'd be like, WTF? Why are you calling me Larry? That's not my name, silly. So let's see if we can find him, and let's see how he reacts. What's up, Larry?
Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll take it.
Curiously, Brent didn't bat an eye at being called Larry. You can go to the comments and let me know what you make of that. Me, I think it's odd, but stand by, there's more to come. He's walking with these people. For all I know, he may be actively doing something with them. And I get that sneaking suspicion that he is the type that if his feelings are affected and he can come up with some sort of reason to put handcuffs on you, he'll do it. So I'm going to wait for him to be idle again. So he parted ways with those people he was walking with. He's come through these doors and then into our left in this private area we can't get to. But it's not a solid wall, so we can kind of creep up here. What's up, Matt? What's going on? I don't know why I want to keep calling you Larry. It's not Larry. What is it?
Deputy Jones.
How did you end up in the courthouse? He knows why I'm calling him Larry. He knows indeed. And after filming this, my suspicions were confirmed on why he seems so standoffish in my trying to speak with him and asking him why he's at the courthouse. What happened? What landed him here? Obviously, if he requested it, I would think he'd just be like, I requested it. But I finally got some public records back, and wow, the stuff that's in there is pretty insane. And I'll leave it to you to decide, but I think a lot of people are going to say that this information on this deputy single-handedly confirms the widely shared suspicion that some, not all, but some deputies are in fact sent to the courthouses as a form of undocumented discipline. Some of this stuff is amazing, and some of this stuff would result in you or I being charged instead of just shuffled around from one place to another. And I never would have paid him any attention if on that initial day he didn't come up just saying my name over and over weirdly, giving the perception that he's trying to dox me, and then that comment from Larry on the video that was doing the same thing. I never would have paid any attention to him had he not gone out of his way to get my attention. Kind of like the police, right? They see suspicious activity and they investigate, and that's what I did. So in hindsight, I'm glad that he sought my attention, because what was found as a result really helped the investigation. Larry, hold on, Larry. All right, so as we've seen, he evades me every time he sees me. He's made it pretty clear he's not going to say anything other than repeat my name over and over, which is you're gonna see in this video with other people. It seems to be a trend here. It seems that maybe they've passed word around, and I don't honestly know why, that when people come in and record you, instead of just having a cordial conversation or just declining to have a conversation, instead just repeat the investigator's name over and over again. I don't know if they think that maybe we won't use the video if they do that, or what their reason is. But like I mentioned before, after leaving here on this day, I got the records that I had requested. So we were here before investigating claims that the courthouse is with the Volusia County Sheriffs Office is the land of misfit cops. And we encountered Deputy Larry Jones, or Brent Jones, whatever you want to call him. Finally got his records back. He's been written up, and he's got over 20 sustained violations in this stack of paperwork. Now in 2019, Brent Jones got written up a whole bunch of times for a whole bunch of things. I'm talking about a single vehicle crash, 96 miles an hour in a 55 mile an hour zone in heavy rain, while looking at his phone while he hydroplaned, totaled the vehicle. Pursuit violations, loafing, sleeping, a whole bunch of things in 2019. He got sent here to the courthouse. Then he got in a little bit of trouble here. They finally let him out, and he got in a whole bunch of trouble again in the beginning of this year, 2024. Back to the courthouse he went. Oddly, though, he was suspended. Jones was suspended at the end of 2023 or the beginning of 2024. When he returned from his suspension, he was reassigned here to the courthouse. This kind of backs the claims heard by many people that instead of handling problems, they send problems here to the courthouses within Volusia County. Problems being deputies. And the stuff he's been written up for, you or I, any civilian, wouldn't have a job if they did and he's written up for the same things over and over again. He obviously doesn't learn. So when they have a deputy that doesn't learn, they just send him here where nobody will see him. Have you ever heard of this referred to as a land of misfit cops?
No.
I know a lot of people.
I know. I've seen your video.
Yeah. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Well, look at all this.
Bubba.
This is Brent Jones.
Let me explain to you, man. I'm not gonna address none of this. If anything that's there, you can go over to get the what do you call it? Public request.
Yeah. No, this is all the public requests. I finally got it all. But this is Brent Jones, just for an example, right? Got into trouble a whole bunch of times, got suspended, then transferred here. Let him out again, got in a whole bunch of trouble, all documented here.
I think you need to address PIO. You know that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to see. Everybody knows that's a well-known. That's commonly known that some cops come here because they want to retire here, or they opt to come here because their life changes, whatever. but it's also used as punishment.
I have no clue, partner.
If I was wearing a badge, we'd be joking about it.
I have no clue, partner.
You do have a clue.
You know what? Have a good day, Bubba. I'll see you next video.
Why won't you just? People would respect reality, man. Hey, what was your name? I didn't catch your name. I don't remember.
Sergeant Jimmy Carlisle.
Jimmy Carlisle. All right, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Bubba.
But you've never heard that before?
No, you know I haven't.
I know you have. I know for a fact you have.
Hey.
110%.
Corbin had.
Corbin, yeah. Look at Corbin. Hey, are you gonna warn Larry that I'm here?
Warn Larry?
That's what he calls himself sometimes, Brent. Are you gonna warn Brent that I'm here?
No, but I'll tell him to stay away from you.
You tell him to stay away from me?
Of course.
Tell him to stay away. What he's got to stay away from is law enforcement, apparently. You can't do 20 sustained violations. 20 sustained violations. I know you don't know. I was here to show you right here. Over 20 sustained violations.
Take care,
And he's here in the land of misfit cops. Hello.
Hello.
Have you ever heard of this? To your knowledge, is the courthouse used as punishment for deputies?
To my knowledge, no, I'm not being punished, sir.
No, not you. Not for everybody. Not for everybody. I know some choose opt to.
That's not up to me. That'd be over TCK.
Right, yeah, but have you ever heard that? The deputies get in trouble and come here?
I'm not commenting, sir.
So you have heard it.
I have no
Because
comment.
I got one right here. It's a deputy that works here, Jones. Brent Jones. Sometimes he calls himself Larry.
No comment.
Got in trouble a whole bunch of times. Then got sent here to the courthouse.
No comment.
Then they let him loose. He got in trouble a whole bunch more times. Got suspended. When he came back from his suspension, back here in the courthouse.
No comment, sir.
Why no comment? If I was wearing a badge, if I was another cop, we'd be joking about it.
No comment.
Hey, what'd that cop do to end up here? That's what the joke, everybody knows that. Why won't anybody? See, so obviously it's a problem. That's why you don't want to comment. So that practice that's been in place for a long time is an issue, which is why I'm bringing it up. I'm not the bad guy. I'm not saying that's why you're here. You might have chosen to come here. No comment. But I think this sums it up.
What's up?
I was just coming to see, one, if I get footage, but she told me about that.
Okay.
And I was going to ask, did you have a body camera on that day when you were leaving with him? I didn't think so. I know he said some, I know he probably ran his.
No, I don't. You know, the court deputies don't wear body cams.
I did not know that.
No, the court deputies don't wear body cams.
Learned a new something.
Is that your personal phone or department phone?
Department.
Okay.
That's your personal phone?
Well, you're a public servant.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say, don't delete that, so we can request that.
I won't.
You're making a public record. Just throwing that out there. You can't get mine though, but you will see it.
Oh, I know. I'll see it.
I know. So fair is fair, right?
I guess
you don't
so.
have to pay for mine.
I know.
So,
But that's Steven, right? You're right? That's right. I didn't catch your name, partner?
I didn't give it.
Yeah, I thought you did when we walked by. I just wondered so I could look for your videos.
It channels James Madison.
Oh, okay.
So how much trouble did you get into before you got here?
How much trouble did I get into?
Did you request to come here, or did you get in trouble to get sent here too?
No.
No?
I didn't get in no trouble.
No?
You got my name. I'm sure you'll pull my file. Go ahead and take it.
Right, yeah. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
that's what I do with
So-
everybody.
okay, yeah.
James.
I know that he said.
believe Carlisle
I
here
appreciate you telling him not to
Says
go
he's
there.
never heard the courthouse referred to as the land of misfit
I
cops.
appreciate you
No,
going
I
up
don't
there.
believe it.
I don't believe
No, I
it.
appreciate it. Like,
Why do you seem offended that I
Did you get your body camera?
point out that
I'm not
cops
offended,
get
man. I'm not offended.
You
See,
seem
you know.
you,
See, you want
you
me to be
seemed
offended.
No, you seemed offended.
See, here's the
because
deal.
listen, here's the deal. If I was wearing a badge,
He's got a chance.
listen, if I was wearing a badge, we would be joking about it, right? Everybody knows.
You might be.
For
I might
years,
not be. You
everybody's
don't know.
talked about
We're
cops getting in
assuming
trouble.
stuff.
No. That's a fact.
Listen, we're not
This
going on with
proves
the
it.
conversation.
But why do you seem offended?
I'm not. I'm just not going to play with your little games. Have a
It's
good
not
day,
a little.
Bubba.
It's not a little game.
Before you go, I did. Leave him alone. I got something.
Hey, before you go,
What's that? If you on Chitwood's page, on his personal page, you can find me there. I'm the clown of YouTube that he put on his page. If you follow him on his personal.
I very rarely follow.
Well, if you
Like
want to
you're
follow-
talking like Facebook, right?
Facebook, yeah.
No.
But yeah, Chitwood put me on his Facebook page, so I'm the clown of YouTube, and there's 1,200 comments on it, and the comments didn't go his way. He thought it was going to go his way, but it didn't go his way. So
it is what it is, guys.
Thank you for coming out and chatting with me.
Take care.
It doesn't always go your way. Don't be so offended, though.
I'm not offended.
Everybody knows cops get in trouble and get sent here and being dealt with. Instead of dealing with cops, do you think you're doxing me?
Doxing. Explain doxing. Remember, I'm young. I'm old.
Well, why do you? What's your reason for saying my name over and over again? Do you think?
Because I address people by their name when I know them. I've met you 3 times now. Well, actually, excuse me.
When
the first time with Sergeant McDonald.
When did I tell you my name?
That day you were talking.
I told you my name?
I believe so.
Are you lying to me? You wouldn't lie to me, right?
Would I lie to you?
Would
No.
you? Hell yeah, you lie to me. Would he lie to me?
yeah.
Yeah, he'd lie to me. He would lie to me.
Okay, now you call me a liar. Take care,
Well, yes, you are a liar. If you said if I told you my name,
have a good day.
if I told you my name, you 100% are a liar, sir. And what did I say my name was? Because what you're calling me doesn't add up. So there's a lot going on there. Obviously, we got a cam back from the sergeant, which is fine. I mean, we're being recorded by 1,000 cameras in there. But when he does that in his official capacity, it's important to note and let him know he's creating a public document, which is public record, and by law cannot be deleted. And I know he won't have a truthful, regular conversation about it. It being the transfer of problem deputies to the courthouses is because the truth may shed a bad light on the department. And if they feel that way, that a practice by the department will make the department look bad, that's something that should be looked into. And this is a big concern for a lot of reasons, even for the deputies that work there that aren't bad ones. Maybe they did request it. Some of them who maybe aren't problem deputies with a shady discipline background. So this practice makes them look bad. I assure you, everyone in law enforcement within the county, and I'm sure it's everywhere, not just this county in Florida, it's well known. They all talk about it, but with each other. Outside that blue line, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Never heard of that before. So that makes the good ones look bad. So they should be against this practice. They should be speaking out to their administration like, hey, stop doing this. People come in here and look at me and wonder what I did wrong because you keep putting these problem children in here with us. That's what I would think. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm wrong or if you agree. But this one disciplinary history, this example, this one deputy, Brent Jones or Larry, whatever you want to call him, I think it sums it up perfectly. He's got such a history of discipline, only going back to 2019. It's amazing that he's still there. I don't think 7-Eleven would give that many chances. And I have nothing personal against anybody. I never want to see anybody lose their job. But if they are making it happen, then, it is what it is. There's got to be accountability within law enforcement. This guy has crashed 2 cars at fault. He's been disciplined several times for failing to activate his body-worn camera during times where policy says he must. Another reminder, always record for yourself. And it has to make you wonder, why are you not recording? You've been written up for it so many times. Why do you still make the same mistake? He was written up for failing to search a prisoner. He arrested somebody, and he's supposed to search them before they go into the car. He then handed them over to the transport people, a transport deputy, who took the person to the jail. The person got inside the jail and pulled a knife out of their pocket. And the thing, with 96 miles an hour in heavy rain, while looking at his phone, then hydroplaning and totaling a Ford Explorer that we the people paid for, more than once violated the pursuit policy. He was told to not chase a car because policy says you can't chase it, but he did it anyway. He should have been following traffic laws, and he wasn't. Again, that's something else that was more than once. Even in the courthouse, he's been in trouble a couple times. Once he lost some keys and didn't say anything about it, left them in a bathroom, and in the wrong hands, I imagine someone could do some damage with those keys inside a courthouse. Another time he was in a courtroom of sorts during some sort of proceeding, and he allegedly tucked himself far in a corner where he sat watching videos on his phone, paying attention to the phone the whole time when he's supposed to be paying attention to what's going on in the room. And a couple of people involved in that proceeding, a council member and somebody else associated with the county, came forward and complained about it. And there's just so many things, over 20 things, like I said before, all sustained, which kind of indicates that he doesn't care. He's not the only one. He's just the one that got my attention, and it proves to be the example, a perfect example of what I've been talking about with this, what many people have been talking about. And some of his reprimands were like back to back to back, like 1 week, then the next week, and the next week. And some people would say, wow, well, it's good they're actually holding them accountable. Now, this is just a theory from appearances, But in the wording of some of this stuff and his history of discipline and just how much of it there is, it makes it appear that he might not be well liked by his coworkers and supervisors. And I know that some of his previous coworkers with the county, and like I said, he worked for Orange City Police Department previously, many of them have said that they weren't big fans of him. Common things alleged were arrogant, cocky. But the point is, taxpayers are paying for this. There's clearly a problem that corrective action isn't correcting. And surely the department would say it has nothing to do with discipline. It's just based upon the needs of the department, and just very coincidentally lines up perfectly with all sorts of discipline. And we know that's not true. We've reached out for comment, but they won't respond. So it's a problem for the public, and it's a problem for his fellow co-workers, his fellow deputies. I'm certain that some of them are embarrassed to know that it's commonly known or commonly said that the problem cops get sent there. And many people in law enforcement refer to it as the land of misfit cops. It's got to be embarrassing for a non-misfit. And there's got to be liability there. Let's say someone drops a glass plate in the kitchen. You offer to clean it up for them. But instead of properly cleaning it up, you decide to just sweep the broken glass into a pantry. Because not as many people will walk in there, if anyone. But then when someone does walk into that pantry and they step on broken glass, does that fall back on the person that dropped the plate or the person who didn't properly take care of it? It seems that they're not fixing problems, they're hiding them from you, and then seem offended or upset when you notice. Explain that to me. Check out the links to some related videos and some other videos we got out there. Stay tuned for more. Get into the comments, let me know what you think. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you can be some of the first to know when new craziness comes out. And stay tuned, there's more to come.